The baits in this tackle box will always make sure you catch bass. Right now it's a summer, it's hot out, and if the bass aren't biting like they aren't in the summer heat, it only makes it hotter. So sometimes you just gotta buy a bite. So this is my SOS box. And before we get into the baits in the box, this whole box is designed for me to fish on my spinning setup. This is a medium 6'6" rod with 12-pound test braid. So it's designed for fishing lighter gear. The reason why I fish a medium over like a medium light or a light power rod is because you'll see in this box some of the baits I want to fish in cover. So I do want a little bit of backbone to be able to pull fish out of cover. Money shot. So for me, the first things I kind of start my day with in the summertime to catch bass is going to be a 3-inch paddle tail on a jig head, like a 16 ounce or 14 ounce. This is a Crush City Mayor in a 3-inch. And this is a great way to just search water. Just cast it out, go up the bank, down the bank, everywhere. And because it's a smaller profile, you may catch smaller fish, but you will catch a fish. Alternatively, if you know how to hover stroll, if you want to learn how to hover stroll, going to a minnow on a range roller head, this is a zoom winged fluke, is a great option because everyone can throw a paddle tail. Not everyone can throw a hover stroll bait. And this slightly more finessey rolling action you get out of shaking a minnow can get bass to bite better. Another great option to kind of cover water, but also if you see bass busting, is a zoom fluke. So the really small one, just fish with a wacky rig hook through the head of the bait. So that's in there because this will add weight to this little fluke and help it cut better. You can really get this thing to do a nice left to right. So these are the 3 baits that are my search baits, right? So casting like parallel to lily pad patches, casting to cover up and down the bank. So figuring out where these bass are. And yes, you can fish just these all day and catch a bunch of bass, but it's also really great to just figure out which pieces of cover actually have bass that are willing to eat that day. Now, once you've determined where the bass are or which pieces of cover the bass are active in, then we're gonna move to the baits that we can pick that cover apart a little better with. For me, a 4-inch or a 3-inch Senko is a great option for that. Just casting this around cover. If you use a weed guard, you can be a little bit more brave with how deep you cast it at cover, but you all know a Senko always gets bit. And if you get tired of catching just a bunch of small bass, which you will with these baits, you can move to something bigger, like a big trick worm. This is an 11-inch switch on from Aros. And I'll just fish this on a wacky hook, just like a big wacky rig, into those covers, just lightly shaking it and see if any bigger bass will come out. Even in that super hot summer day, a big bass will see this and be curious enough to come and grab it. It doesn't look aggressive. It's not like gonna try to fight it. It can just pick it up. So that's what I'm keeping in my high pressure / finesse tackle box. When I just can't seem to catch any fish, these are the baits that will always get one for me. So what are you waiting for? Get out there.